Evening, Jar of Marble dwellers and Jar of Marble curious. My name is Linda, and this is Jar of Marbles. How are you going, Bob?
Yeah, I'm going good. How are you?
Good, thank you, Bob. It's always good to see you.
Yes, I know. Good to see you too, Linda.
Thank you, Bob. This week, I'd like to talk a little bit about struggling with self-doubt. Self-doubt often arrives quietly, a whisper in the back of the mind that grows louder with time.
Oh, that's so true.
It doesn't always announce itself as something ominous. Sometimes it feels more like a protective instinct, a cautious reminder to be careful, or a signal that something needs attention.
Or your attention.
Well, yeah, maybe.
If you see me in the garage practicing my nunchucks with my Crocs on, just keep driving. I'm in the zone and I don't want to get you pregnant.
Oh, I just had twins at the thought.
Nothing wrong with a public service announcement. Just keep people safe and respecting the ladies.
Oh, Bob. Well done. Keep up the good work.
Yeah, I will. Thank you.
So when self-doubt takes root, it can start to chip away at our confidence, can't it? And sometimes subtly, sometimes dramatically, eroding a person's sense of self and ability to act. It can be quite unsteadying when the feeling of self-doubt creeps in.
When life hands you lemons, just be glad it wasn't herpes.
Bob,
Yeah, well, just be glad.
the damage of self-doubt can be vast. It can stop us from taking risks, stifling our potential and creativity. It can twist our perception of our abilities, leading us to second-guess ourselves and miss opportunities.
Oh, Godfather, so blooming true. What are you doing there?
Me?
Yeah, you.
I'm playing with my emotional support chin here.
Oh, I'm so glad I asked.
Me too. In relationships, it can distance or create distance and insecurity as we begin to question not just our worth, but how others see us too.
That sounds like phase 2, just getting worse.
And professionally, self-doubt can paralyse progress, making it hard to push forward or to trust that we have the skills needed to succeed. In some ways, self-doubt is also a rite of passage.
Okay, releasing a big sigh of relief there, rite of passage. It's like finding land and feeling lost, like out at sea.
I like it, Bob. That's a good analogy.
Yeah, it's normal. Yeah, normalise self-doubt.
Yeah, absolutely. As we encounter challenges or grow into new roles, it's natural for questions to arise. I mean, all of us will be able to reflect on that immediately, whether it was a new job or learning a new skill within a job or changing where you're living, relationships, friendships, all sorts of things. It's almost as if there's an expectation of uncertainty. How can we know what we're truly capable of until we face that fear?
True, yes. I'm nodding sagely here.
Good on you, Bob. Some of the most fulfilling personal growth often comes from wrestling with self-doubt and finding a way through it.
You know, I was thinking all the noises I used to make having sex are the exact same as me now trying to get out of a chair.
Great imagery there, Bob.
Yeah, I thought so.
Overcoming self-doubt or learning to live with it without letting it control us can strengthen resolve and lead to more self-compassion. Or at the least, acknowledging that you are feeling a bit out of sorts, feeling a bit doubtful.
Normal, it's normal. Dreamed I was a muffler last night. Woke up exhausted. Exhausted, get it?
Yeah, I do, Bob. However, if left unchecked, self-doubt can become more than a passing phase. It can evolve into something toxic, undermining our mental health and happiness.
4 fonts walk into a bar. The bartender says, "Hey, we don't want your type in here." Ha! Type.
Thanks, Bob.
It's all right.
The trick lies in recognising that struggling with doubt as a normal, if uncomfortable, part of the journey rather than an irreversible state. It's about finding a balance, acknowledging self-doubt without letting it define who we are or dictate our actions.
Hey, if you don't pay your exorcist, do you get repossessed? I like that.
Clearly you do. Self-doubt is a completely normal experience that everyone encounters at some point in their lives. It's a natural response to uncertainty, new challenges, and moments of vulnerability.
Why don't people think that?
Well, because depending on the situation, we don't want anyone else to know that we feel uncertain. We can feel really shy or insecure about anyone knowing that we don't actually know what we're doing. And that's okay. But as far as it being a completely normal experience, it is that.
Hey, I was thinking, do you think Kevin Bacon refers to his nipples as bacon bits?
Oh, Bob.
Yes. Yeah,
Quite the thought there, Bob. Took me by surprise with that one, Bob. Hashtag struggling with self-doubt. At its core, self-doubt often stems from our inner desire to avoid failure or judgment.
I don't suffer from insanity. I enjoy every minute of it. Oh, cockamania I do. Yeah. Hey.
We may question our abilities when we face unfamiliar tasks or when we're striving for goals that feel out of reach.
Yeah, that's true.
But rather than being something to avoid or suppress, self-doubt can actually serve a positive purpose.
There are 3 kinds of people in this world: those who count and those who can't. And we have enough youth. How about a fountain of smart?
Like your idea there.
Yeah, me too.
So, self-doubt is a sign that we're pushing ourselves beyond our comfort zone. Growth happens when we challenge ourselves.
Geez, is this the good bit?
Yeah. So going beyond what we perceive as our comfort zone, this often brings up feelings of insecurity or fear. It's a natural part of stepping into new experiences, isn't it? And taking on perhaps bigger responsibilities. You could also call it exciting, riveting.
Letting go of a loved one can be hard, but sometimes it's the only way to survive a rock climbing catastrophe.
Oh, Bob.
Do you think Noah included termites on the ark?
Good thought there.
Well, I thought so.
If we didn't have moments of doubt, it might mean we're not stretching ourselves enough to evolve.
That is so true.
So many times in my life I was being stretched, asked to be more than I thought I could ever be or do. And in hindsight, I see I was actually evolving. Self-doubt also encourages self-reflection, much like, quite like a good talk to oneself and asking good questions that only we can answer. When we question our abilities, we tend to evaluate our strengths and weaknesses, and our dear, sweet weaknesses, sometimes they aren't that. Sometimes our so-called weaknesses are our sweetest parts that only we have failed to love.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I know so. This process, though, does help us understand what areas we need to improve upon. Maybe taking it a bit easier on ourselves.
Yeah, improve being nicer to yourself.
That's right, Bob. And it motivates us to learn and develop.
Life's like a bird. It's pretty cute until it poops on your head. That's right. Yeah, poopaloopy.
So in that way, self-doubt can drive us toward better preparation, planning and action, pushing us toward becoming the best version of ourselves, the best all of us, for all of it, every bit of us version.
Yeah.
Furthermore, self-doubt is a shared human experience. We cannot pick at ourselves, pick and choose which bits are better than other bits. The holistic view of completely being at peace with ourselves as to who we are today in all our bloody glory can sometimes be hard to reach, but striving for it feels good too, I gotta say.
Yeah, a bit of strive. That's right. Strive away.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, no matter how accomplished someone is, they've really likely experienced doubt at some point in their journey. Realising this can help us be kinder to ourselves.
Why does someone believe you when you say there are 4 billion stars, but check whether you say whether the paint is wet or not?
I know what you mean.
Yeah, I think that one right, yeah.
It reminds us that perfection isn't the goal and that everyone is figuring things out along the way, even those we may look up to.
Say it again.
Everyone is figuring things out along the way.
True that. Hey, where did Napoleon keep his armies? In his sleeveys.
It's important to acknowledge self-doubt without letting it control us. It's okay to feel uncertain or anxious. These emotions are part of the human experience. The key is to recognise it, embrace it as a normal part of growth, and then take action regardless. Do it anyway. You'll never regret giving something a go. In doing so, we build resilience and confidence.
Hey, what's green and fuzzy and it fell out of a tree? It'd kill you. A pool table. Ah, pool table. Yeah.
So while it might be a rite of passage, it's also something that requires constant vigilance and self-care.
There's the self-care part.
That's right. After all, doubt doesn't have to defeat us. It can teach us, refine us, and remind us of our humanity. Constant vigilance about self-care is one of the most important aspects of maintaining both physical and mental well-being.
Hey, I'm confused.
Tell me. 22
and 22, 33 is 33. So why isn't 11 1-1?
Well, that's quite an amazing thought there, Bob.
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah.
It's not enough to just check in with ourselves every now and then.
So how do we check in with ourselves? Hello, Bob. Is that you, Bob? It's Bob. Oh, yeah, Bob. What do you want? I'm checking in with you, Bob. Like that? Yeah, checking in. Is that all right?
I have some proven solutions coming up, Bob.
Okay.
We need to remain proactive about our health, whether it's going for a routine blood test,
Very important. No room for nasty surprises.
getting enough sleep, managing stress, or setting boundaries with people who drain our energy.
Yeah, okay, I can do that. Yeah.
We tend to get caught up in our busy lives and forget that taking care of ourselves requires conscious, consistent effort.
So when is this old enough to know better kick in? That would be handy if it could just kick in.
True, Bob, true. When was the last time you had a blood test? It's an example of a simple but vital way to monitor your health. Blood tests, for example, give you insight into what's going on inside your body, flagging potential issues like vitamin deficiencies, cholesterol levels, or even signs of illness that could otherwise go unnoticed until it's, too late. When you're vigilant about these checkups, you give yourself the best chance to stay ahead of any health problems. So, Bob, when was your last blood test?
Well, around 6 months ago. Yeah, I was paranoid about it, but I still got an A+.
But self-care isn't just physical, it's emotional too, isn't it? Relationships are a huge part of our well-being. If you're stuck in a situation with someone who annoys you or draining your energy, it's important to ask yourself, why are you still there? Holding on to toxic or unfulfilling relationships is a form of neglecting your own needs. If someone's behaviour consistently bothers you, it might be worth reflecting on whether that relationship is adding value to your life, or is it time to reassess things? Boundaries matter, and you have the right to prioritise your peace.
That is so very true.
It is. It actually is, Bob.
Last week, my girlfriend dumped me, so I stole a wheelchair. Guess who came crawling back?
Oh, Bob.
Yes, did, yes, right.
Self-care is about tuning in regularly to every aspect of your life, not just when something feels off. It's about checking in with your physical health, your emotional state, and your relationships. If anything or anyone doesn't serve you positively, it's okay to make adjustments. How often do you check in with yourself this way? Well, I know that I, at times feel like I get it right, and there's many times I don't, but they're just, I know enough now to go, okay, I need to start, being a little bit more consistent with myself. Self-doubt is something that almost every person, especially those in leadership roles, wrestle with at some point. We don't always get it right all the time, but we try.
For the last 10 years, I've been getting Valentine's card from a secret admirer, so I was pretty upset when I didn't get one this year. First my gran dies, now this.
Oh dear, Bob.
Yeah, very disappointing.
It can feel like a constant companion, quiet but ever-present, undermining confidence and focus, can't it? However, it's important to remember that experiencing self-doubt doesn't mean you're not capable or that you're alone in the struggle.
Last night in bed, my wife said we should try some role reversal, so I told her I had a headache. Yeah, I'm funny. Yeah.
In fact, many of the world's most influential leaders and successful people have dealt with it in some form. The key is not letting it hold you back. So how can we loosen its grip? Acknowledge the doubt. Don't fight it. The first step is to simply accept that self-doubt is part of the human experience. Fighting it head on can actually make it worse.
That is true.
Yeah, because we end up giving it more power. We end up giving it our focus and our energy. Instead, acknowledge that it's there. Recognise it is a temporary feeling and not a reflection of your true capabilities. Remember, even the greatest leaders doubt themselves. They just don't let it stop them from moving forward. And either do you. You don't let it.
That's right. You don't let it. Yeah, that's right. Look, I'm not saying I'm old, but when I was in school, we made our parents' ashtrays for Christmas.
God, I remember those days.
Yeah, whether they smoked or not.
Shift your focus to action. When self-doubt creeps in, it's often because we're stuck in our heads, right?
Yeah, true.
Overthinking or imagining worst-case scenarios.
Oh, yeah.
A powerful way to combat this is to take action.
Take action, why don't you?
Even small efforts forward can break the cycle of doubt and build momentum.
Always small steps, hey?
Yeah. Leaders often, for example, make decisions or move forward towards goals despite being or feeling uncertain. And this sense of progress naturally helps silence the inner critic.
Is Nigel back? Small steps.
Reframe your thoughts. Self-doubt tends to be rooted in negative self-talk. You might think, I'm not good enough, or I'm going to fail.
Yeah, time to reframe your game.
Yeah, reframing those thoughts can help shift your mindset. Try replacing those negative thoughts with positive affirmations like, I have the skills to figure this out, or failure is just part of the learning process because
it is. Threw out my back sleeping and tweaked my neck sneezing, so I'm probably just one strong fart away from complete paralysis.
Bob. By reframing your thoughts, you can change your emotional response to challenges, transforming self-doubt into motivation. And it is a lovely feeling when the motivation kicks in. Build a support network. You don't have to navigate self-doubt alone. Building a support network of mentors, friends and colleagues can provide reassurance when your confidence wavers. Leaders often lean on their teams or trusted advisors to get perspectives on their doubts.
Oh, yeah, right.
Having people around you who believe in you, even just one person, just can help remind you of your strengths and accomplishments.
Most of my decisions are loosely based on whether it's illegal or merely frowned upon. Yeah, true.
Celebrate your wins. How easy is it to focus on what's going wrong?
Yeah, too easy.
But self-doubt can be weakened by reflecting on past successes. Celebrate the wins, no matter how small. Remember how far you've come, and that's going to provide evidence that you're capable. It also serves as a reminder that you've overcome challenges before, so you can most certainly do it again.
The big spider in my room is now named Cotton Eye Joe because I want to know two things. Where did he come from and where did he go? Where did he come from and where did he go?
Practice, Bob.
Yeah.
Practice self-compassion.
You were going to say self-confession.
I was actually.
No Nigeling. Be kind to yourself.
We often treat ourselves much harsher than we would a friend.
I'm really starting to understand that.
Self-compassion means being gentle with yourself, recognising that you're human and that it's okay to have doubts. I used to say that doubts are your friends, and there will be times when the doubts stop you long enough in your tracks just to have a little review, a think, a relook, a check of whatever is going on in your life. Doubts can help you keep score.
Oh, yeah.
That things, are they as you hope they are? As you've been assured they are? Honour your doubts in this instance. We often have to push ourselves to the limit, but we also need to remember to practice kindness towards ourselves as well.
Hey, if anyone needs a nipple outside, it's mine. Hold on a minute. No, something here. If anyone finds a nipple outside, it's mine. So freaking cold, it just snapped right off.
Oh, Bob.
Yeah, it did. Maybe.
When you treat yourself with the same compassion you would offer someone else, it's easier to overcome moments of doubt.
Have faith and doubt in your doubts.
Oh, I like that, Bob.
Yeah, I like that. Faith in your faith and doubt in your doubts. Yeah.
As Robert Ingersoll said, progress is born of doubt and inquiry. Seek growth, not perfection. Perfectionism feeds self-doubt. When we expect ourselves to always get it right,
Which we can't.
no, we're setting ourselves up for disappointment instead of striving for perfection.
Bloody perfectionist bollocks.
Focus on growth. That's it. Never perfection, just on growth. Every mistake or misstep is an opportunity to learn and improve. Acknowledging that failure is just another step in your journey can lessen the fear of making mistakes and reduce the power of doubt. Remember, doubt your doubts before you doubt yourself. That's right.
That's right.
That's absolutely right. Reconnect with your purpose. Self-doubt often arises when we lose sight of why we're doing something.
Oh, yes, sir.
Reconnecting with your deeper purpose or values can provide clarity and confidence. Reflect on what you truly want to achieve and why it matters to you. You, me, people, leaders who align their actions with their core purpose are more resilient in the face of self-doubt, as their sense of mission overrides their insecurities.
Kids today don't know how easy they have it. When I was young, I had to walk 9 feet through shag carpet to change the TV channel. I did. Yeah.
Focus on what you can control. Self-doubt often stems from worrying about things that are out of our control, aren't they? Focusing on the aspects of a situation that you can control, whether it's your attitude, your actions, or your response, can alleviate feelings of helplessness.
Not to brag or anything, but I can forget what I'm doing while I'm doing it.
Well, that's cleared that up then, hasn't it?
Yeah, I know.
When you take charge of what you can, you regain a sense of empowerment and can lessen the power that doubt holds over you. Keep perspective. Now, as Plato said, reality is checked by the mind. We can change our reality by changing our mind.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah. Sometimes we can get too bogged down by self-doubt, thinking it's a reflection of who we are.
It's not.
But often it's just a passing feeling, not a permanent state, is it? So keeping a broader perspective, remembering that you are more than just your doubts, helps to minimise their impact.
You know, I don't trust joggers. They're the ones that always find the dead bodies. Just saying, you know.
When we face self-doubt, we often step back and recognise that this is just one part of the journey, not the whole picture.
Yeah, not the whole one.
In the end, self-doubt is a natural part of growth. Even those who appear unshakable face moments of uncertainty.
I was thinking, do regular dogs see police dogs and think, oh shit, that's the cops?
That's a good question.
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah.
So, the goal isn't to eliminate doubt altogether, but to learn how to handle it, navigate through it, and let it fuel growth rather than to impede progress. You have the power to loosen its grip. One step, one thought, one action at a time.
So when you give me the benefit of the doubt, what are you actually giving me?
Well, the benefit of doubt, Bob, is a powerful concept that can foster understanding, compassion, and growth.
How come it doesn't feel good when someone's giving you the benefit of the doubt?
When we offer others the benefit of doubt, we allow room for the possibility that they may have valid reasons for their actions or words.
So they're suspicious that you didn't get something right. They don't believe it fully.
Could be, it's a possibility, and can build stronger relationships and reduce unnecessary conflict.
Yeah, but can it?
It encourages us to step back from initial judgments and instead approach situations with a bit of curiosity and perhaps just a little bit more understanding.
Well, here's some practical advice. If all the toilets in your house are occupied and you're waiting for one to be free, switch off the Wi-Fi. Ha!
Bloody brilliant, Bob.
Yeah, I thought so.
One of the key benefits of giving the benefit of doubt is that it cultivates a positive atmosphere of trust.
How so?
In personal relationships, for example, when we don't jump to conclusions or make assumptions, we create a space where people feel safe to explain themselves and correct misunderstandings. And this openness is a far
Superior?
smarter environment to be in.
Yeah, but what if the person you're extending your present to, the benefit of doubt, have always been a bit of a ding-dong?
Well, it'll be harder. There'll be a bad feeling. There'll be a bad feeling, it'd be hard to get past it. So we often struggle with it because of past experiences and biases or a fear of being taken advantage of. There's a natural tendency to want to protect ourselves from being hurt or deceived, which can make it hard for people, to give the benefit of doubt.
Oh, yeah, got it.
And there you have it, folks. Another episode in the books where we took a deep dive into the wild world of self-doubt.
Yeah.
Because who doesn't love a good existential crisis, right?
I mean, if you don't doubt yourself at least once a week, are you even living?
So whether you're questioning your life choices or wondering why you chose to listen to Jar of Marbles in the first place, don't worry. We're all in this together. Keep those imposter syndrome moments in check. Try to remember that no one actually has it all figured out, except maybe that one guy on Instagram. And let's be real, he's probably struggling too. So until next time, dwellers, remember, you're amazing, you're capable.
I don't want to go.
But we must, Bob.
Yeah, we'll be back next week.
Yes, we will. So say good day to the family for me, give the donkey a nod, and we'll see you next time, okay? Okay then, bye.
Bye.